What's up guys? On this video I'm going to be showing you my restoration process on this here 1978 Puch Magnum X. This is a little pit bike from the late 70s that kids would just thrash on. Unfortunately there's not a lot of them left, but fortunately I found this guy recently. I found it, good price. I found out that the top end was off for years. Unfortunately, rust got into the motor, seized the motor up, so I had to lift the motor upright when I got it down in this little shop here. Put it up against that wall, actually, straight up. Poured some vapor rust in the case, let it sit for about a week until I was able to wiggle that crank loose. Fortunately, we got that crank loose. We flushed all that dirt, rust, and grime out. Add a little WD-40 in there, and now she spun freely. The unfortunate part on this video is that you will not see the restoration process on the top end of the motor. I accidentally deleted that. Yes, first time here guys. So we're kind of gonna cut right after I added the new piston and rings and the cylinder. I was able to salvage the original cylinder, believe it or not. I sanded all the rust out and just finally wet sanded it. Was able to paint the cylinder, the head. So once we put the cylinder and the head back on with the new piston and rings and put it all back together and tightened it down, we got compression. And after that we started with the spark, check for spark. I put a drill on the flywheel and sure enough we got spark instantly. So now you're going to be seeing the rest of the restoration starting now. What's up guys? In this episode you're going to clean the wheels. They're a little crusty, they're rusty, but we're going to clean them the best we can, see how it looks and turns out. We will clean the tires too, they're pretty bad. In the previous video we ended up detailing and cleaning the frame really good. We detailed and cleaned the tank. It actually came out really nice for what it is. I kind of like the original look of it. There's still a little bit of rust, but the paint's pretty good. So we're going to leave it as is. We also detailed and cleaned the case, the motor case. That's turning out pretty well. And then we also added the top end. But before we did that, we ended up stripping all the old paint and repainted the cylinder and the head. So we're just going to go ahead and keep cleaning this bike as we go and eventually try to start it up. So let's go. Alright, now this wheel turned out great. It's not as bad as this guy, but we actually got most of the chrome intact. Now we gotta hit the other side.
Time to take these shocks off, strip them down, and repaint them. Alright, almost dropped the bike off the table, but we're back on. Let's go strip these down and then paint them. Let's get her done. Engine and enamel paint that we used on the cylinder and head for the shocks, because that's what we have. We're going to do about 3 light coats and then 2 heavy coats. While the shocks are drying, we are going to open up this carburetor and start cleaning it. Okay, as you can see, there's some pure Colombian cocaine in there. It's where the stash has been the whole time. Look at this. It's a powdery substance. Corrosion at its finest, guys. So we're gonna take this apart, keep tearing this down. We'll take the jet out, we'll take the float out, and we will put it into ultrasonic cleaner over here and give her a nice bath and just clean her up the best we can, and then put her back on the bike. Okay, we're gonna put a little WD-40 on that little pin there. Hopefully that will help it slide out better. We're gonna push this pin. It's a little corroded in there, I believe. She's a little tight. You can see there's no movement, or barely any movement in that bowl. So gotta keep on, try to shimmy it out. Alright, this pin is stuck really good, so what we had to do is get some needle nose pliers and put it up against the little recess where it sits, and just keep pinching it on each side until it keeps moving. And then I was adding more WD-40. I think we're at a point now where we can try to push it out. Try that. If you don't have this tool, guys, get you one of these. As you can see, mine is barely holding up in one piece. It's already missing the cap. So let's go ahead with a smaller guy like this one, and we're going to go right into the little slot where it sits, and we're going to try to push it out. Let's see if this works. There we go. And the pin is out, guys. Cool. So after the pin is out, you don't want to lose it. And as you see, I already lost it. There it is. Little guy, don't lose him. This guy should pull right out now. Maybe. Oh yeah. That bowl jet is stuck in there, so you're going to have to pry it out a little bit. Give her a little love. Let's give her a little more WD-40. Man, this guy's really corroded. Okay, let's try this. There we go. Wow. That guy was stuck in there. There he is. There's the little needle jet. That's very corroded. Wow. So we got the needle jet, we got the float bowl, got the pin. I'll take this guy off though next. Take this guy off next. There it goes. I'm trying to figure out what's even going on here. This is a weird fuel line. It's kind of odd. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got this piece off. It was kind of a pain in the ass, but we got it off. It's fairly dirty, I must say. A lot of crud in there. So we can get this crud out. Anywho, I think we'll degrease this first. Alright guys, so we took this little screw out, idle jet screw, and I'm glad I did. Look at that thing. It is, I don't know if you can see that. That's nasty. So we're going to do a thorough cleaning of that. Alright, so we got the carburetor all prepped up. I cleaned it a little bit with a wire wheel. Cleaned this pretty good. Cleaned the bowl a little bit with a wire brush, put all the little parts in there. Now we are going to, oh, forgot this little guy, might as well throw it in there. We are going to put it in the ultrasonic cleaner like so. Put the top on, plug her in, and go time. Alright, we're gonna put this bad boy on, put a little heat up, and let her go for about 5 minutes. And we'll probably do a few sessions of that, get it really clean. And then once it's nice and warm, we'll take it out and brush it down for one more time before we put it back together. Alright, time to clean these front forks, get the rust off them, recondition the front forks, get them nice to go with the rest of the bike. Alright, we got the carburetor brewing in here. Let's go ahead and take her out without losing all the pieces. There we go. Alright. The bowl. Top end, spring, screws. Cool, now we gotta get to brushing it and getting it even cleaner. Time to unwrap these bad boys. Let's put these bad boys back on, see how she looks. Ah, yeah, she is coming along, looking crispy. Crispy she is. Look at that. We cleaned up the front end. Got all that surface rust and grime off the forks, front forks, handlebars. Cleaned the tires really nice. Repainted the shocks, detailed the motor case. Repainted the top end and cylinder. Put it all back together. We're getting along, guys. Alright, we're going to put this carburetor back together. We got everything clean, so let's go. So, this guy is too corroded to use. Found another one. So we're going to use this guy. On. Alright, ladies and gents, we got the carburetor on. Got the shocks back on. Tested the throttle. Greased the cable. It's pulling great. Next thing up is going to be the reconditioning of the exhaust. Made sure, blew through it, made sure air came out the end. It does. So we're going to strip this bad boy and repaint it with high temp paint. So let's go. Alright guys, we got the exhaust straight down to bare metal. Looking pretty nice. Time for a little paint. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got the exhaust finished in a nice satin black. And we're going to put her back on. Alright guys, so we got the exhaust back on and it is looking beautiful. This bike is looking so clean. So we got the exhaust on, got the carburetor on, got the cylinder and head with the new piston back on. We cleaned the tank a little bit with some vapor rust, flushed it out, made sure it's nice and clean. And now we just got to put the fuel line on and check for tranny fluid.
and we should be able to start this thing up.
Moment of truth, guys. Let's see if there's transmission floating in this or not. That looks like a negative. So let's add it.
Looky what I found. Some clear fuel line. It's more enjoyable when you turn that petcock on and being able to see that gas flow into the carb. So we're going to use this. Alright guys, we got this flathead, trying to make this end of the fuel line a little bit bigger, and now we're going to put it on the petcock here. Alright, got the start of it. Now you just got to put some pressure in there until it gets on for the most part. Alright, that's going to be good enough for now. We're just testing it. Alright guys, so we got the fuel line on. Just got to tighten the car and kick her over. Alright guys, so we got a new NGK spark plug. BR6HS. It's go time. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video and you're curious about all the other moped content I make, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and be up to date on all my videos. I usually post daily. And also, if you're interested in this video, check her out. Or if you're interested in this video, check her out. Or if you want to watch both, go ahead and enjoy.